Okay, seriously, why am I making this video?
Wendy Andrade.
That's me, Dr. A, the only Mexican in my entire college. I'm known for quitting my six-figure salary job not once, but twice. My parents think I'm crazy. My siblings are not surprised. And my friends, well, I think they saw this one coming. So join TT and I as we hit the road, catch some flights, and try to figure this shit out together. TT! Honestly, I'm freaking... You're probably crying, but I'm laughing at myself because I really worked so freaking hard to get this damn degree, all to not even be currently full-time actively using it to this day. I should probably put a disclaimer somewhere in this video because yes, although I quit my six-figure job and I do not recommend anyone go to pharmacy, and if you're still watching this video after having watched why I quit my six-figure job, then that means that you're really that one person that has a true passion for medicine and research and advancements in healthcare, and you're going to do it regardless of what I say. So as many of you have requested, today's video will be about how to get into pharmacy school. This will be specific to my experience since I went into pharmacy school and committed right after high school to join a 6-year program. So before I go right into exactly how to get into pharmacy school, I just think it's so important, especially for those of you who are first-gen college students, that right now during a pandemic and even post-pandemic, college admissions have been so low. Therefore, getting into college, I'm not trying to say that they're just letting anyone in, but to be honest, the requirements are now recommendations. So therefore, in order for you to get into these programs, they are a lot more flexible with their criteria as far as acceptance goes. But also, I think that was one benefit of this pandemic, was making colleges realize that they have to really beg us if they're asking us to pay $250,000 student loan debt, right? And you're probably wondering how I know all of this information, and that is because I was actually a student ambassador and I worked for the admissions office to recruit students and give tours throughout the college. So I worked really closely and understood how hard they really work to recruit people like you. So that being said, let's get started. So I want to start off by just clarifying that there are different types of programs. As I mentioned earlier, was in the last 6-year program offered at my college, meaning I did 2 years of undergrad and 4 years of grad school. That being said, a lot has changed in the last 3 years since graduating pharmacy school. So my college has then transitioned now to a 7-year program. So that means it is 3 years undergrad and 4 years grad school, meaning that you can get your doctorate in 7 years versus 8, and you avoid taking the PCAT, and it's pretty much a guaranteed access into a graduate program versus having to apply as a transfer student into the graduate program, which might be a little bit more difficult as the spots are more minimal for those opportunities. Also, the interview is a lot more lenient, and pretty much, honestly, like there's not a single person that I know that didn't get into the grad school program from committing straight from high school. That being said, you are committing straight from high school. So I did an early decision deadline, and that meant that I was committing to this program that I was going to be accepted into their grad school. So I was in it for the long run. However, in a class of 250 students, the average dropout rate is about 50 students within that first year. So you really want to make sure that this is something that you really want to get yourself into and something that you know exactly what you're getting yourself into. So to give you a little bit of background with my program, our 2-year undergrad, I was a freshman in college, okay? I was calculating IV boluses. So if you give a drug intravenously to a patient, what is their drug level at X hour? That was my calculus, okay? So it was very geared towards that graduate program. Also, second year was all OTC. So I was learning like Pepto-Bismol, dark tarry stools. I was learning what stool softeners or laxatives, right, you can give to a pregnant person. So everything in our program was so rushed, but also so tailored since day one into our graduate program. With that 7-year program, in your 3-year undergrad, after your 4th year, you actually end up with a bachelor since the programs or the courses aren't as specifically tailored towards pharmacy. So now it's easier for you to transfer in and out versus my situation. You know, if I failed 5th year, that's it. I went to college for 5 years and I graduated with absolutely nothing. My credits are non-transferable. That's why these programs, as much as it sucks to go to school for another year, it's also for your best interest. If you clicked on this video, it was probably because you saw that I got into a graduate program without a very smart, high overachieving ACT score. If you feel that you're not educationally prepared for this kind of program, just know that now is the time to get in and really prove yourself, similar to how I did. At the time that I applied, it was actually a requirement to have a minimum of a 23 on your ACT, and I had gotten an 18 first attempt, a 20 on my second, and a 22 on my third. On top of having a shitty ACT score, my grades, I was in honors and Spanish honor society. How did I get in that? I mean, I don't even remember. I was no smart student. I worked really hard and I really met a lot of people as well throughout high school, and I reached out to my counselor and I let them know exactly what my goal was. And even then it backfired because my counselor sent in a sheet of paper and she was supposed to send it to the college, and somehow it got forwarded back address to me because it didn't make it there. And I opened it thinking it was some sort of college form, and it literally said that, how is Wendy's work ethic? How's this? And then it was one of the questions, it was literally asking you how educationally prepared is the student for the program. And it was a scale from 1 to 5, and she put 2. She said Wendy is a very hardworking student, but I don't think she's educationally prepared for a doctorate program. And I'm not even offended by that. She wasn't lying. It was a lot of hard work, and that is why I just want you guys to know it is no walk in the park. However, if you are willing to put in all that hard work and really prove to yourself what you are capable of doing, if this is a dream, if this is a passion for you to do, being confident in yourself is the number one most valuable asset that you can have to really sell yourself to people and build a connection and prove to others that you have more than just on paper what they need for you to get into that college. So let's talk about the application process. Back in the day, I had to handwrite my application and send it in the mail and just cross my fingers because I was too cheap to afford delivery acceptance. But anyways, one of the biggest things I want to make sure, and this is for any college, do not pay application fees. Please, whatever it is, don't do it. It blew my mind, and it still blows my mind of how many people pay application fees, hundreds of dollars for different colleges, when all you need is either a signature or simply ask their admissions team, hey, I was wondering or curious about the application waiver, and boom, just like that, you save yourself $50 to $100 per application. For my example, I pretty much had to get someone who had gotten to the college or was a pharmacist to literally put a signature on my application. And I found out this girl that sat next to me in math class, her mom was a pharmacist and went there. So I gave her my application, her mom signed it, and application fee gone. And for those of you wondering, well, it might decrease my chances of getting in, I will literally tell your parents on you if you freaking pay an application fee. Just don't do it. Trust me, they need you more than you need them. The only reason I know about this was because I stayed in contact with one of the admissions counselors. And that is what I recommend you guys do as well. I met mine at a career fair, so that's kind of where I got his personal business card and had a physical face that I could remember to contact. But if you don't call, email, get some sort of contact within that admission staff and stay with that person, they are in charge of you. Before you even go there, they're trying to recruit you, so they will do whatever it takes to get you into their school. So therefore, if it's waiving $50, they're gonna do it. But your second best friend should be your high school guidance counselor. That person will tell you where the college fairs are, will tell you what scholarships you're eligible, will make sure that your transcripts get sent on time. That person will literally be your support system throughout this entire thing. Stop feeling like you can't ask for help. These people have a job and get paid to do just that. And guess what? If they suck, then go to a different one. But just don't make an excuse and say oh, my counselor told me I can't do this. Well, guess what? Throughout your life, people will continue to tell you that. So work around that. Find a better way. Find someone else. But just don't stop because someone said you're not able to do it. So back to the application process. As I mentioned earlier, it went from requirements to recommendations real quick, especially through a pandemic. But the requirements to get into these 6, 7, 8-year programs is literally an application and an official high school transcript. That's it. That's all. That's required for you to get into college nowadays. However, it is recommended that you submit your SAT and ACT scores, which I would if you already took it. Why not? Also, letters of recommendation from literally anyone that liked you in high school, whether it was a teacher, specifically within like science backgrounds. That's important. That it just makes you look better, right? Puts it all together. And the last thing is the essay. Again, that is only a recommendation now, not a requirement, which I was shocked to see because I hate writing and I'm a horrible speller. So on a written application, I was literally writing out an essay on there. So applying to college is one of the easiest things to do, that I will literally do it right now in this video just to show you guys that everything is now done online and it's that easy to get into college. And even a pharmacy school program, graduate program. All right, so just like I promised, we are going to apply to pharmacy school right now, and it will be the exact same college that I went to. If you're looking for any college, I recommend literally going to their website and going into admissions and hitting contact us and reading up everything. Everything that I will say, you will find on an admissions page. And if it's not there, it's probably best that you just reach out to someone anyways, because then they could start sending you the free merch, the free shirts, and all of that fun stuff. Which, damn, I wish I would have known now, because I did not get a lot of the stuff, and because I just... Anyways, okay. So here's how we're going to do it. So if you go to the college's admissions tab, you'll see on the upper right hand corner, there's an apply now. So I would click there. Then I come to this screen. Oh, they're thrilled that we want to go here. So undergraduate, graduate, professional, or international students. What kind of student are you? Then I'm specifically speaking to undergraduate students. So begin application as a first-year transfer graduate student. And now it is asking if I'm a returning or first time. So I'll go ahead and create my account. And they want me to know, again, if I'm doing undergraduate, graduate, or professional application. I'll go ahead and select undergraduate. Fill out all this information, personal information, mailing, right, email, phone numbers, biographical, citizenship. Also, if your primary citizenship is Mexico, there's a tab there to allow you to input your visa type. Also, they clearly want you to know that it is completely different if you're coming straight out of high school versus if you're transferring in. The requirements are much harder when you are transferring in versus if you're coming straight out of high school, because they're looking at a completely different person. Before it was obviously only pharmacy, but now they offer the bachelor's program. So you see these opportunities here on the bottom. And now they want to know what high school you went to. You just put that in, your test scores. There is the TOEFL or the EILTS. I honestly had no idea what any of this meant. However, I Googled it, and it is test of English as a foreign language, or the International English Language Testing System exam. I don't know if maybe because I put my first citizenship was from Mexico, so they're assuming that they want proof of proper communication, maybe. Last thing is your letter of recommendation. Honestly, I don't even know who the hell reads letters of recommendation. Like, with all those college applicants, like, are they really going to read them? Maybe not, but maybe if, you know, you're one of the last candidates and they have several of them there, they'll look into it. Then additional information. So extracurriculars, right? Your athletics, community life, Greek life, leadership. Okay, here, honestly, lie. I don't care. Just put that, yes, I did research. I researched my parents eat for an entire week. I don't care. But the more that you do, the more that you're eligible for scholarships, and also the more likely that they'll like your application. So alumni connection, I mean, go ahead and throw me in there if you want me to. Oh, this is interesting. They actually asked family education. Are you a first-gen college graduate student? Interesting. I didn't think that they'd ever ask that. That's a good question. And then to wrap it all up is your essay. And this is completely standard across the board for common college essay as to what you should expect. So why are you interested in entering a career in pharmacy or another healthcare field? Describe a hardship, adversity, or challenge that you overcame and what you gained from that experience. What do you hope to contribute to the UHSP community? What legacy do you hope to leave? Then there's some disclosures. Then from there, you sign it, review it, and submit it. and then you'll find out, I guess, by email or whatever people get nowadays, most likely by email. So I've shown this in my previous video, but I just want to let you guys know because I think this is the coolest thing ever. I still have my letter of acceptance, and this is exactly how I got accepted into pharmacy school, was through a message in a bottle. How cool is that? Everything has washed away since then, but pretty much it still has my congratulations. I'll go ahead and show you what this looks like as well. I literally got this on Christmas. It was crazy. I just remember getting it. It literally came like this in the mail. So it was just like, oh my God, what a Christmas. Pretty much reads like this. But yeah, super cool. I wish they would still do things like this nowadays. So yeah, guys, that pretty much wraps up this video. The biggest thing that I want you to take away from here is don't pay application fees. And honestly, it's a lot easier than you think, just knowing the right people. And if you don't know them, then get to know them now. Reach out to your counselor, reach out to somebody else's counselor, reach out to a mentor or a teacher that you connected with or that you did well with in school, and really have them help you, because that's what they're there for. And also get in contact with the admission staff. Let them know that you're a minority or a person of color or any sort of background or experience that you have, that you play golf. Let them know, because they will put you in front of those scholarship opportunities, and just establishing that rapport really shows a maturity to you. As to many other students, for example, I had a friend who her mom literally applied to the college for her. So I don't even think she knows what this application process looks like. So maybe this is a good video for a lot more of us than I thought. Either way, just have confidence in yourself and do whatever it takes to get there. If that's really what you want, I already know nothing is going to stop you, not even me telling you not to do it. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments, and I look forward to answering any and all questions you have, and we'll catch you on the next one.